Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rage, and we are back today once again with the weekly reset in terms of how you can best prepare for the upcoming events, what's turning over, things to wrap up, and how we can start preparing in addition to some of the new character release that's coming into the game. Very exciting from the blog post that we saw previously on Friday. So, without further ado, let's just get started. As per usual, guys, if you enjoy this kind of content, please give the channel a sub and a like below for future videos just like this. First and foremost, I always like to start with what we're wrapping up in the short term here, what we need to be mindful of, and then we can talk about the new things joining in here. So as you can see, time recording, we still have roughly a week for this Fiery Incarnate event. Remember, this is the opportunity here for Omega Red, Phoenix Force, Red Stars, and Diamond opportunities in addition to Mutant Gear. But it's been a very interesting event. Obviously, make sure you guys are using some of the points here that you can actually dabble in from using Omega Red here in Cosmic Crucible, and as well also some Fiery Incarnate orbs that's been coming from the negative zone, the spending of the Red Phoenix energy, as well as any Fiery Incarnate milestone points and the spending of campaign energy. And also for those of you that do have the accursed characters unlocked, a big chunk of the points has been coming from the accursed team tower. I don't have them unlocked here, but as you can see, there's a lot of orb fragments that can actually add up a significant amount of points here. So definitely dabble in that. Again, it's a 2-week leaderboard event, and seems like everyone's been trying to pile into there, obviously for mutant resources there as well. We have HELLVERINE Burst event. These have been pretty straightforward. Just go ahead, claim the easy points. Blitzing with the Cursed team is going to get you the points there, and just some nice freebies along the way. So that one's wrapping up. And as well, we still have a couple weeks here, but this one was a nice value in terms of just quality of life for Mephisto Heist, giving everyone all these red stars and diamond opportunities, but more importantly, rewarding the golden costume here if you actually just simply blitz with the 7-star Mephisto if you already unlocked him. Otherwise, the remaining points is actually directly coming from the progression and completion of Dark Dimension 7. That's basically what's wrapping up, guys, in terms of just the milestone points. And don't forget with the command center events as well, make sure you guys are reviewing this, because now that everything's getting funneled into here, it's good to just take a look and see if you're missing anything, whether it be the Cosmic Crucible battles, the claiming of additional power cores here. That's been really helpful. Any of the weekly stuff that you haven't completed just yet, but honestly speaking, it's just been moderate engagement and making sure that you go through the checklist here. And as you can see, it's significant amount of intel, experience points if you're trying to boost up your commander level. And even better is if you do have some of these newer characters in terms of the accursed, they're going to give you some bonus points here. So we obviously don't have Hood or Satana unlocked, but HELLVERINE was from last week, so that's really nice. Speaking of HELLVERINE, that's what's wrapping up right now for his event here, which is simply the spending of campaign energy and then earning some of these incarnate orb fragments from some of the festivities I listed, in addition to finding the Pride Gem. And as well, if you do have Satana unlocked at 5 stars and above, you can see there's some notable points there. But yeah, everything's been fully completed, so this has been a nice little freebie here, just going through and making sure that you're engaged. So I've definitely been a big fan of how simple the events have been, everything being localized in that command center. Now let's talk about what's turning over. Let's talk about what's coming here in just a few days, but as well as what's resetting. So the battle pass, there's actually more HELLVERINE shards coming. So if you guys have already wrapped this up, then great. Make sure there's a store of free claim that you can also claim that's been helping. But I don't think anybody's having issues finishing the battle pass and daily objectives now, because of the fact that they give us so much extra points coming in from the store free claim, that you just basically need to remind yourself to go in and claim those things every single day, and you should have no issues completing that, in addition to the dailies that we're doing as well, day in, day out. So definitely pay attention to that, but super easy here. I want to talk about real quickly the new event that's also starting here in terms of the festivities for Alliance. So the Hood Rises, you can already see it's available to be previewed here, but this is the new Alliance event. You're going to be collecting some of these unstable cells from Arena, so we know there's going to be an Arena event tied on an Alliance level, but you individually, how you do is going to be adding points for the Alliance, right? Battling in raid with Vigilante team, that's going to be adding points there. In addition, if you have them at 5 stars and above, you're going to be getting bonus points, as you see. So obviously having them maxed out is going to be very good for not just yourself, but as well as the Alliance. And there's 25 shards, if I'm not mistaken, for the Hood being included in this weekly milestone event. So you definitely want to be doing as well as you can. Some Crimson Gear here, resources, and as well as more of these premium milestone gems. But I think the free-to-play mark is probably going to be close to the end of the shards here, maybe milestone 15 for the additional crimson gear, but that's relatively straightforward. So I don't suspect there to be anything complex about this, just making sure that you're engaged in arena. And again, it's going to be coming from the daily payouts awarded to that. For the next week of the Harbinger, remember, this is going to be the final month here as part of the chapter 1, so it's gonna be interesting to see how this transitions obviously to chapter 2. But for anyways, the next week, I mean, it's gonna be very, very similar to what we're seeing right now. It's gonna go back to, I believe I saw in the blog, the spending of campaign energy once again, and there's also playing in Cosmic Crucibles, earning Patriot shards from the Danger Room, so that's gonna be available. In addition, if you do have the newest version of Invisible Woman, she is actually going to be joining the game on July 2nd, so just in a few days here, but she's going to be the first member as well. On that same day, we're also going to be getting the new showcase event for Fantastic Four. So if you guys are watching this before it ends, make sure, once again, and I made a video earlier last week, because that these showcase events have been amazing avenues for additional resources, but they're ending very, very soon. So for example, a cursed showcase, you can see it's ending in just a few days depending on which character we're looking at. So make sure you guys are going through and finishing some of these missions. There's just some nice freebies along the way, right? Especially if you've already brought up some of these characters to 3 or 4 stars. There's some freebies here and there. The same can be said for the Enter the Age of Annihilus. As you can see, this is going to be resetting very, very soon here. Make sure you guys claim all that good stuff. Hopefully there's more of this to come as well, because it's just been another way for us to accumulate resources and obviously give us more flexibility in our resource management. And then finally as well, the Thunderbolt showcase is also ending here too. So Thunderbolts, the Curse, Age of Annihilus, make sure you guys check all those off before it does. We also see here that there's still a little bit of time left for the invasion event for Quasar, so if you guys haven't already, I've made videos on that as well. And then yeah, that's basically everything that covers from the event perspective here. What we do see coming up in just a few days as well is they did say that there's going to be a new Danger Room, and it's actually featuring the X-Men characters. So when we were looking at the blog post, though, just be mindful of this, right? I think the only rewards for this is actually just going to be player frames, so just something to be mindful of. That's something that's interesting for you and you want to be accumulating that's going to be available there. And then lastly, the final update in the blog post that we got is actually in fact relating to the Starjammer team. So these folks here, they are going to be farmable. So I think I saw Lalandra going to the campaign nodes. Howard the Duck, he is going to be respectively going to the Battle World store, replacing Hank Pym. Hank is going to the Blitz, I believe. And then finally, we do have Havoc here actually joining the Spotlight raids. So he's going to be replacing the featured Patriot, who's then also going to the Cosmic Crucible store. So that's just these orbs right here, which we've been accumulating when you're doing the daily raids, day in, day out. So definitely take advantage of that. As you can see, if you guys haven't already, max them out, because this is easier to get the minimum of the 5 shards guaranteed each orb, as opposed to the RNG farming him. So that in a nutshell is what's happening, guys. We'll be back with more content, obviously, and we'll see if maybe there's more rewards coming for that new Danger Room. Otherwise, if it's just player frames, I'm probably just going to skip it if there's no freebies here and there. And just, for me, quality of time versus what I'm actually doing in the game, right? Otherwise, guys, hope this is helpful. Let me know what you think, comments below. Hope you have a great rest of the day, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.